And who is that?
Terence Crawford. That's it. You know, I'm 41-0 for a reason. You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes.
Our job is to line it up. And us fighters, we're warriors. We always want to fight the best.
Floyd Mayweather has issued a warning to Terence Crawford following the ongoing debate about who would win between them. Mayweather made it clear that his message is a caution against chasing something that may never happen. He stated that Crawford might be chasing a ghost because the version of Mayweather who dominated boxing retired on his own terms, and he's not about to let anyone rewrite that legacy.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Floyd told Smith that boxing isn't just about who's stronger right now, it's about who ruled the stage when it truly mattered. In Floyd's view, Crawford entering his mid-30s is too late to be asking for a fight that should have happened when it had the potential to draw the biggest numbers.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
That message came during a heated debate on Stephen A. Smith's platform, where Floyd sat across from Crawford in a rare back and forth that instantly captured the boxing world's attention. Mayweather remained calm, but the weight of his words carried power. He essentially told Crawford, "You can win as much as you want. You can even beat the fighters I never faced, but you're still not rewriting my history." With that statement, Floyd kept the spotlight firmly on his own era while subtly reminding Crawford that he showed up too late for a dance that would never happen in the ring.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose because now society has shaped things to where if a fighter lose, they talk so bad about, oh, he's a bum. I knew he was overrated. Oh, y'all hyped him up, and now they gotta hear it. But back in the day, they didn't have social media. You know what I mean? So all that wasn't in their face.
But this isn't just about two fighters talking past each other. It's about how fans, fighters, and analysts are now taking sides in the debate. Even current boxers like Ryan Garcia have joined the conversation, adding more fuel to the fire. Garcia, known for speaking his mind, had some sharp words for Mayweather during a recent segment of *Ring magazine's Inside the Ring Star. When former NFL running back LaShawn McCoy said that nobody had changed the game like Floyd Mayweather, Garcia quickly interrupted, in a bad way. He explained that while Floyd mastered boxing inside the ring, he also mastered the business of timing. Garcia accused Mayweather of carefully choosing opponents to suit his advantage, waiting until names like Pacquiao or Cotto were past their prime. He never fought anyone truly in their prime after junior lightweight, Garcia said, arguing that Mayweather's perfection came more from perfect matchmaking than perfect fighting. For Garcia, that's where boxing took a wrong turn, when fighters began protecting their undefeated records instead of chasing the toughest challenges.
Like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather, y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
That's where Max Kellerman stepped in with his own perspective. Known as one of the sharpest voices in boxing media, Kellerman broke down why Crawford might actually have a stronger case for legacy than Mayweather, depending on how you look at it. Floyd picked and chose when he fought certain guys, especially after moving up from lightweight, Kellerman explained. So even though his resume is packed with big names, people still remember that he avoided some fighters at certain times. In contrast, Kellerman pointed out, Crawford, even with a resume that's thinner in some areas, always wanted to face everyone, anytime. And that makes a difference to people.
Triple G. Listen, man. Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of the same thing.
And that's the real sticking point, resume versus intent. Mayweather's record is loaded with legendary names, De La Hoya, Pacquiao, Cotto, Hatton, Marquez, Mosley, Gatti, Corrales, and more. But critics like Garcia and Kellerman argue that the timing of those fights diminishes their shine. Pacquiao was older and slowing down by 2015. Mosley was 38 and coming off a long layoff. Cotto had already absorbed years of punishment. And Canelo was just 23, forced into a catchweight fight. Floyd still won every one of those bouts, but for his critics, the asterisk next to those victories has never fully disappeared.
Got like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great, you know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy.
On the flip side, Crawford's resume might not be as deep, but the intent behind it tells a different story. He never cared about timing, he just wanted to fight the best. Crawford took on Sean Porter when Porter was still a tough challenge for anyone. He dismantled Errol Spence at 35, and later shocked the boxing world by defeating Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight. Crawford's issue was never about avoiding opponents, it was that promoters and networks avoided *him star. As a high-risk, low-reward fighter under top rank, he spent years chasing marquee fights that never came to fruition. By the time he finally broke through with the Spence fight, he was already deep into his 30s.
We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed? Or
now at 38, Crawford remains undefeated with a record of 42-0 and undisputed titles across 3 weight divisions. His list of victories includes names like Gamboa, Postal, Jeff Horn, Porter, Spence, and Alvarez. Yet, when stacked against Mayweather's 50-0 record, the numbers still tilt slightly in Floyd's favor. 8 fewer wins might not sound like much, but in the legacy game, every number matters. Still, Crawford holds one card Mayweather never played, the pursuit of a 6th weight class. If he moves down to middleweight and captures a title, he'll accomplish something Floyd never even attempted. Mayweather stopped at 154 pounds, and while he made plenty of history there, he never chased 6 divisions. Crawford's relentless drive to keep testing himself against bigger and tougher challenges might be the one thing that shifts the entire legacy debate.
Floyd had a lot of craft that mimicked some of the things that Sugar Ray did. So does Terence. And Terence is psychologically a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the same kind of capacity to be charming, and then in the next 30 seconds to turn on his fire. And that, I think, is part of what he's going to take into the ring against Canelo.
Ooh.
The timing of their eras adds another intriguing layer. Crawford won his first world title in 2014, just a year before Floyd defeated Pacquiao and then Andre Berto to close out his legendary run. The overlap between them was brief, but it existed. Had Mayweather stayed active a little longer, the fight might have been possible. By that point, though, Floyd was already defending his legacy rather than expanding it. And that's exactly what he meant on Stephen A. Smith's show, *, Don't Ask Me Now. *, if the fight was ever going to happen, it would have been when the money was highest and the public interest was at its peak. That moment has passed, and so have the *what ifs star. Crawford's victories today don't pull Mayweather back into the ring or rewrite the past.
Funny thing about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah,
there's an OG
somebody
got
a pioneer, right?
Yeah, you gotta. There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
That hasn't stopped fans from imagining a head-to-head matchup. Mayweather at 147 pounds was a defensive genius, nearly impossible to hit clean, with the patience and precision to break opponents down round after round. He went 12-0 at welterweight between the ages of 28 and 38, controlling the division for an entire decade. Crawford at 147, on the other hand, was more explosive, a switch hitter with knockout power and a natural mean streak. He went 8-0 over 5 years, finishing most of his opponents in devastating fashion. He's taller, longer, and far more versatile when it comes to stance and style, making the fantasy matchup between the two even more fascinating to debate.
So were you surprised that, Crawford wasn't running from him? He was, he was very confident that he could stand there and trade, a lot of times with Canelo.
Crawford fought a brilliant fight. He fought a brilliant fight. He stayed at the right range. He didn't engage with Canelo when Canelo was trying to get him to engage with him. And he took control of the fight, and he did what he wanted when he wanted to do it.
In a mythical matchup, Crawford's size and aggression would have tested Mayweather's defense in ways few opponents ever could. Some fans compare it to the threat Paul Williams once posed, a tall, high-volume welterweight many believed would have been a nightmare for Floyd, which is likely why that fight never happened. Add Crawford's adaptability and his dangerous southpaw power to the equation, and it's easy to see why many believe Mayweather might have finally been forced to sweat to protect his perfect record.
So strong. That's what I said. Why are you talking about 54? None of them dudes gonna get you up. If you truly beat Canelo, why not be the greatest fighter in the existence of boxing? Like, Bivol was the only dude to beat 2 undisputed active champions. Like, he beat Canelo as an undisputed champion, and he beat Better Beef as an undisputed champion. Bivol historically might go down as one of the greatest to ever do it. If you beat Bivol and you beat Canelo, I mean, Crawford might have surpassed TBE.
But Mayweather's defenders argue that his style was perfectly designed to neutralize aggression. He wasn't just fast and slick, he was calculated and efficient. Floyd didn't need to throw 70 punches around, he only needed to land the right 25 and make you miss the other 50. Against Crawford, who likes to shift momentum mid-fight, Mayweather might have found ways to frustrate him just as he did with Canelo in 2013 or when he dismantled Ricky Hatton's pressure in 2007. There's also the matter of stage control. Floyd was the undisputed pay-per-view king, the man who could dominate entire weekends with his fights. Crawford, even after beating Spence and Canelo, never quite reached that level of global command. Mayweather's power over boxing extended beyond skill. It was about controlling asterisk when asterisk, asterisk where asterisk, and asterisk how asterisk the fights happened. Crawford, despite his greatness, never had that kind of leverage. But the question remains, if this dream fight ever took place, who do you think would win? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.